Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to the Young and the Restless spoilers for the upcoming 2 weeks, from April 14th to April 25th, Kyle Abbott and Klaire Newman's romance is in jeopardy, and Michael Baldwin's allegiance will be put to the test. Furthermore, Audra Charles's vile lies will cause a stir, so let's discuss what Genoa City has in store. Victoria Newman will suspect that Nick and Sharon Newman are about to get back together over the week of April 14th to 18th. Even though Nick would deny the possibility, there is a chance that he will get back in touch with Sharon when they travel to London in the near future. Phyllis Summers will find it difficult to move on in spite of Martin Lawrence's arrest and publicity. Even though Phyllis will put her all into her career, she will still need time to recover from her tragedy. Speaking of recovering from trauma, Tracy Abbott will choose to temporarily go out of town with Ashley Abbott in order to absorb everything and divert her attention by penning a new book. On Victor's directions, Audra will begin the daring steps of her plan to kill Kyle as Tracy and Ashley travel to New York. But as this plan intensifies, Audra will need to lie to Nate Hastings, which could lead to some issues. Although she won't enjoy Damian Kane's situation, Lily Winters will also pressure him to reveal what he's hiding. Even if Lily tries her hardest to get the truth out of Damian, he might still have secrets about Aristotle Dumas. In the end, Lily will confide in Amy Lewis about her concerns, so we'll see if Amy can assist Damian in maintaining harmony with Lily, Nate, and Devin Winters. He will attempt to get Billy Abbott into a setup with Victor. Watch this space for updates on Billy's reaction to the trap that will be waiting for him. At Jabot, Kyle and Jack Abbott will uncover information about the spies Victor deployed in the interim. Later, as they get ready to defend Victor, Jack and Diane Jenkins Abbott will plot. According to YNR spoilers, Diane is going to question Michael and put him in a difficult situation. Will Michael be unfaithful to Victor even though Diane is his friend? Klaire will think more about Kyle's idea to live together throughout the week of April 21st to 25th. Victor might be inspired to forward his plan with Audra if he learns that Klaire might take this significant step with Kyle. Victor might put pressure on Audra to quicken the trap she's laying so Klaire can see Kyle's true nature sooner. Audra's relationship with Nate may be under danger from a number of sources because she will also have to contend with the flirtatious Holden Novak. Holden may anticipate that he will finally win Audra back. Michael's personal life will continue to be complicated by his work. There will be friction in the marriage as Lauren Fenmore Baldwin becomes more worried about the things Victor expects Michael to do. According to teasers for The Young and the Restless, the upcoming 2 weeks will be exciting, so check in for all the shocking revelations and contentious exchanges. Here are the spoilers for Monday, April 14th, 2025's episode of The Young and the Restless. Fans can anticipate that Tracy Abbott will seek closure in the upcoming episode. Diane Jenkins Abbott's tendency to hide secrets is dealt with by Jack Abbott. In addition, Nick Newman confesses to Victoria Newman. Let's discuss what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Tracy Abbott's resolution. Tracy will be grateful about Martin Lawrence's arrest in the upcoming episode. Tracy must now, however, come to terms with everything that has transpired and how she fell for the phony Alan Laurent. Given that Martin was an expert at mimicking Alan, Tracy is being extremely critical on herself. Tracy isn't at blame in this case because Martin had decades of experience. Tracy may be aware of that in her mind, but her emotions may be different. The secrets of Diane Jenkins Abbott. An intriguing fact concerning Diane has been discovered. Diane's efforts to change her ways have been observed by her admirers. Diane does appear to have changed, for the most part. She does, however, have a propensity to conceal information that she shouldn't. Jack appears to be going to talk about this, but it's unclear if he will do so with Diane or with another person. Nick admits the Restless and the Young fans will also witness Nick catching up with Victoria, according to teasers. Nick will tell his sister all that transpired with Alan/Martin during the talk. After that, Nick will inform his sister that he and Sharon Newman are going on a trip. Victoria implies that her brother needs a vacation in a sneak peek. The trip is a break, Nick explains. However, Victoria doesn't mean that. Victoria is concerned that Sharon is constantly entangling Nick in a lot of trouble. That is not what Victoria wants for Nick. But Nick might have shown his emotions in that conversation. The mission of Victoria Newman. Victoria might step in just as Sharon is ready to get the man she has always desired. Victoria will make an effort to get Nick to reconsider his approach to Sharon. But occasionally, the heart desires what it desires. Furthermore, it's not as though Sharon is purposefully bringing about these events in her life. Read more. Alum of YNR General Hospital will feature Daniel Goddard April 14, 2024 Monday. In either event, could Victoria attempt to keep Nick and her apart if he refuses to heed her warnings? Could she ask Victor Newman for help? Victor might spend less time attempting to separate Kyle Abbott and Klaire Grace Newman if he becomes obsessed with Sharon. At least, it could be Victoria's thoughts, so keep an eye out. What is the plot that you are most excited to see? Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below. To find out what happens next, keep watching the soap opera on CBS or Paramount+. According to teasers for The Young and the Restless, Victor Newman is betting on Audra Charles's weakness. When she made the decision to turn against Kyle Abbott, she joined his mutual hatred society, and Victor intends to take advantage of that resentment. Pride is one of the 7 deadly sins, and when Kyle ruthlessly abandoned Audra, it wounded her. Audra was falling for Kyle, but she kept her sentiments to herself at the time. By pushing her to pretend to approach Kyle and, if successful, win a return to Newman Enterprises in an unspecified dream role, Victor is playing into that unhealed wound. Kyle moved on to Klaire Newman after the mutual glissade fiasco. She falls into the same category as Summer Newman, Kyle's multiple wife and Klaire's cousin, according to Audra. It was painful to be abandoned by Kyle, who welcomed both women into his life. Victor Newman desires more armaments. Victor is involved in yet another plot. In his most recent attempt to inflict misery on Jack Abbott, he is using every resource at his disposal. Victor's goal is Jack. Kyle is just a portion of the collateral harm that the mustache thinks his dismantling of Jabot will cause. Given that Audra was recently abandoned, Victor's request for assistance is odd. She was pleased to assist Victor in removing glissade from Tucker McCall, as viewers remember, since she thought she would be rewarded by being raised to its head. But Victor had other plans. In order to get Kyle to glissade, he was also taking advantage of his dysfunctional family and parental issues, particularly those involving Diane Jenkins Abbott. That fragrance company was momentarily run by Audra and Kyle until Victor had had enough of them. Audra Charles requires employment. Audra has been unemployed for some time. However, she has been trying to decide on her next career step slowly. Tied to Tucker, the trip to Genoa City, Wisconsin, didn't work out. The role St. John used to play left town because of the problematic combination of a business and highly personal relationship. The relationship between Audra and Kyle turned out to be merely a liaison. One of the main causes of her anger and another on the list of deadly sins was the fact that he was never in love with her. Kyle cannot be accused of being greedy. It was difficult to dispute Audra's love of money as she reprimanded the stereotypical silver spoon in his mouth. However, it goes too far to accuse her of greed, another grave sin. One positive influence is Nate Hastings. After being forced to leave the medical field and enter the competitive business sector, Nate Hastings was jealous of the wrong people. However, he realized his mistakes, reconciled with his family, and truly loved Audra. Nate is acknowledged by Silver's character as the first man she fell in love with, and they reciprocate. She didn't talk openly about her relationship with Holden Novak, which doesn't seem to have been desire. Audra accepted Victor's offer without protest. After seeing the exchange, Nate wishes to assist Audra in realizing that, despite the purported benefit, any engagement with Victor is not worthwhile.